Yes, sir. Jay Marvelous. We back. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Notification bell. Shia LaBeouf. I know that don't look like him. Folks look like he straight out of a Mario cartoon with this shit. But we got Shia LaBeouf on the screen, bro. Said he went against him, and he took everything away. So let's get into it. I hope you got it ready for Pearl Up, man. Get it ready. I don't know where this gonna go.
All right, y'all. Shia LaBeouf went against the media runner, and now they sabotaged his career.
These are the international movies that may have come here, but these movies don't mean anything.
Shia LaBeouf got his start when his father brought him to comedy clubs at 11 years old.
Stevens,
he would tell
man.
obscene jokes and use profanity to get people's attention. Just a year later, Shia LaBeouf would use the yellow pages to call a list of agents. While calling the list of agents, he would put on a British accent to fake like he was a manager. This plan actually worked and got him signed with Beverly Heck Agency by the age of 13. That same year, he would be picked up by the Disney Channel and become one of the cast members of the television show Even Steven.
You're up, Lewis. I know your name. I just have a little tickle in my throat.
After doing such a good job on Even Steven, he would land a role in the movie Hole. Shia LaBeouf would then continue to climb the ladder in Hollywood and earn numerous awards. It wasn't until he starred in the movie Transformers that he would begin to see the dark side of Hollywood.
I've been lonely for a long time, you know, especially if you work in this business. I'm sure you could attest. You get to a certain level where it's hard to make friends anymore.
Yeah.
You know, there used to be a
real
time,
friends.
real friends. There used to be a time when I was young and you could just go up to anybody and be like, hey, you want to make friends? Want to be friends?
Yeah. How do you not go underwater with Hollywood?
It's not like I'm working in Hollywood. I work in and amongst Hollywood.
You don't chase it anymore like oh, I need the Transformers, I need that.
No, I ran from it because it was not serving me. It was destroying me. That's when I was getting really drunk and it was all during that time when I just felt like I was becoming soulless. I couldn't navigate myself anymore. I just felt like I was dissipating. And so
where does that come from? Is that demand? Is that
it's the guys you look up to. You know, I always looked up to the quiet sufferers, so I chased that, you know. But I also looked up to like people who are transparent, people who are honest, the real ones. That's why we always got along.
Shia LaBeouf would then step away from Hollywood and focus on making his own studio. But it wasn't until he did this interview where he talked about the government that made the media runners keep a close eye on.
I remember we had an FBI consultant on the picture telling me that they can use your ADT security box microphone to get your stuff that's going on in your house, or OnStar, they could shut your car down. And he told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded.
It's crazy that he's saying this because what's the name of that movie he was in, bro? Eagle Eye. He was in Eagle Eye, bro. It's kind of like
And logged, and I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls that was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things. Really? Yeah, so it was mad weird.
Shortly after making his state, Shia LaBeouf would be blackballed from Hollywood. He would have to release short films on the internet on his website called howardcantour.com, but it wasn't picking up. A man by the name of Dan Clyde would accuse Shia LaBeouf of stealing his work. Once Shia LaBeouf realized that the media runners wasn't on his side anymore, he tried to make a public apology with a bag over his head that said, "I'm not famous anymore."
It's really impressive what you're doing, I have to say. I mean, to be here for a couple days and put yourself on the line, I don't know, I couldn't do it.
Yo, hold on 1 second. I want to take a minute to show y'all my merchandise. If you see anything you like, go ahead and get you some. You'll be out there looking fly, looking fresh. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Back to the video.
Very intense.
Shortly after, Shia LaBeouf would claim that a Hollywood director took advantage of him.
Actor Shia LaBeouf is making headlines with claims that he was raped last year. The 28-year-old tells Dazed and Confused magazine that a woman raped him during his #IamSorry performance art installation in LA earlier this year. He states in part, quote, "One woman who came with her boyfriend, who was outside the door when this happened, whipped my legs for 10 minutes and then stripped my clothing and proceeded to rape me." The announcement is just the latest in a string of odd behavior from the Disney Channel star. Following 2 arrests in 2005 and 2007, he also showed up to the premiere of his film Nymphomaniac Volume 1 with a paper bag on his head. USA Today has reached out to LaBeouf's rep for a statement, but has yet to hear back. Unsure if the accusation is true or not, journalist Piers Morgan has already taken to Twitter to voice his opinion, stating, Shia LaBeouf's claim to have been raped is truly pathetic and demeans real rape victims. Grow up, you silly little man.
I wonder if it was a woman making these claims, would they have still brushed it off? Shia LaBeouf would try to leave Hollywood and live a normal life, but they wouldn't let him.
Of course not.
How you doing? Good, how are you? Good. I got earplugs in, but have a good one.
Come on, oh, man, you're violent.
It wasn't until 2020 he would then realize he was still owned by Hollywood. A woman by the name of FKA Twig would sue Shia LaBeouf for doing some heinous things to her.
He would often just start having an argument with me in the middle of the night, start accusing me of doing all sorts of things, planning to leave him in my head. He'd wake me up and tell me I was disgusting, that I was vile.
All the things that he was accusing you of were absolutely not true.
Nothing was ever true. Like, this is the thing, but I would really doubt myself, you know, especially when I'd like wake up and he'd be like, you were lying there with your eyes open, planning to leave me. And I'd be like, I literally was asleep.
What's the old
and then
movie
he would
when
like
they had the bulbs over their head?
only want me to sleep naked because he said if I didn't, then I was keeping myself from him.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro.
You know, it's a tactic that a lot of abusers use. It's just this like constant availability and everything centered around them. And I think, you know, that's why I wanted to come out and talk about this, because the signs really are there from the beginning.
So when did you think maybe there are some issues here, there's a problem?
There wasn't one set moment, but it's very subtle. That's the thing about, you know, domestic abuse, domestic violence. It's a real gradual, step-by-step process to get somebody to a place where they lose themselves so much they accept or feel like they deserve to be treated in that way. It's not one thing, it's loads of tiny little things that get sewn together into a nightmare.
I guess those Hollywood demons was kicking his ass. Shia LaBeouf would join a cult and get closer to God. He would be in search to try to find answers through Catholicism and Judaism. But it wasn't until he said that Jesus saved and exposed the industry.
Be worse off than I was before, or I would drink and I wouldn't get drunk, or I would smoke weed and not get high. I would just be worse off than I was before, or I would drink and I wouldn't get drunk, or I would have sex with random women and I wouldn't feel any joy. There was none of the things I was doing to feel that human instinct were being fulfilled.
Indiana Jones, the trilogy of Transformers, Disturbia, and Wall Street. These are just a few among the important films you took part in.
Yeah, these are the big money movies. These are the international movies that may have come here, but these movies don't mean anything. They have no intrinsic value. They have no spirit. They don't mean anything. Entertainment. All these movies, I have big shame about these movies. They don't mean anything. I don't want to act no more. I'm not interested in making movies, really. I think my God is very intelligent. My God used my weaknesses to bring me closer to him. And I felt like I was living a life that was meaningless. And so I drank a lot and smoked a lot of weed, very lascivious with women, and was trying to like fill a hole, just constantly chasing instincts, just like an animal, and thought I was in control of things. And I was in an industry that would applaud that. And so I would come to set and I would freak out in front of a camera, ooh, and people would clap. And then I'd go home and I'd be a crazy person. And I hurt people, was a big sinner in my life, and grew up believing that that was the way. And then all of the things that I used to use to fill my that emptiness up stopped working. And then I didn't want to be alive anymore. And I have no God in my life, because my idea of God is just fear. And this man is talking from a fearless place, so I believe him. And he says, he points at the ocean, at the waves, and he says, I know you don't believe in God, that's okay. So why don't you just try to stop the waves?
Who is Jesus Christ for you?
Lord, the Redeemer, Savior, my like a best friend.
But shortly after giving his life to the Lord, he would get sucked back into Hollywood again. They would make him
This
perform a
man is,
humiliation
like,
ritual to get back in the
over the
door.
place,
Since
bro.
then,
That
Shia
shit
LaBeouf
crazy,
went down to New
man.
Orleans and got into some trouble. Let me know what y'all think. Did Shia LaBeouf go too far?
I think Hollywood just got his brain in a cyclone, a tornado, folks. He's just all over the place, bro. I don't know if they doing it on purpose or what. But hey, appreciate it, man. All the way to the end of the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Shout out Even Stevens, man. I rock with Shia LaBeouf, man. Transformers, Even Stevens, Hoes. I grew up on bro, man. But definitely seemed like he just got lost from being in the industry. It just messed with his mental, folks. That's what I get from it. He's just trying to find himself because he got in it at an early age. I'm gone, bro.
Cushy, I love it. Hey, cushy, I love to use it. It's therapeutic, flow sick. Be throwing up. It's therapeutic, Glock 6 with extra clip. I'm very suited, money getting.